Hi, my name is Nihal Shah. It was somewhere around December that I thought that I need to make some changes in myself. So I am a marathoner and I have been running marathons from the year 2012. Basically, as a structure, I'm lean because that's how it comes genetically to me. But somewhere I felt that for the Tata Mumbai Marathon 2023, I need to do some improvements in myself because I was struggling with cramping towards the end. I was unable to improve my performance, and it had been 3 years since I had run my last marathon because of the lockdown and COVID. Things were not normal. So a friend of mine, Sandeep, recommended that why don't you see Pradnya, because I know her and she delivers good results, and I have tried. So long time back I had connected with Pradnya, but I never ended up seeing her. So she was quite surprised when I connected with her and I said, look, I'm going to come, and she said, are you really going to come? I said, yeah, I'm coming. So that's how it started. The whole objective of going to Balcal, seeing Pradnya and her team was to see how I could improve my performance in running, how I could eat right, because I've got a very sweet tooth, so I would keep binging on stuff. Although my wife is very particular about what I eat, and most of the time we would eat home cooked food, but still whenever I would get an opportunity I would eat the wrong stuff. And although a lot of knowledge is available in the open domain, but you don't tend to really apply it, or you're not very serious about it. But when you see people around you, when you see runners especially around you, and see them, a lot of them improving in their performance, I thought I need to do something differently. So I visited them, and I remember very, very clearly the first consultation which we had, where Mridula and Pradnya were there. And they were very patient. It went on for an hour, and they were very patient to listen to everything that I said. They asked the right questions. They understood what my routine was, what I ate when, what kind of workouts I did, so what kind of calorie burn I had, what are my issues, and they jotted down everything very, very systematically. So the first instance, I was very happy that okay, they are like really deep diving into it. And for the next week, I mean, I did not really start the program, but for the next whole week they guided me as to how I should eat. They taught me in terms of my carb, my fiber and my protein intake. So I was not really, you had an idea, but you don't really know what. And I am a vegetarian, so for vegetarians there is a challenge, especially in terms of the protein intake. So they guided me that what are the sources of protein that I will get. For someone who has a high metabolism and high activity rate, you need about 1.5 grams of protein for every kilogram of your body weight. I'm sure you're aware of that, but this is what they once again reinforced to me. And the biggest challenge was that where do I get this protein from, which are the sources where I get the protein from, and which meal, how much protein I'm having. So the most important thing which they did was they made me conscious. Every time I was putting a morsel in my mouth, I would think, where is this going? Is it going as a carb, protein, or a fiber? And this really helped me to internalize and start eating right. So a lot of things they did. I'll try to summarize and run through most of the things that they helped me with. The first thing was, as soon as you wake up, I would wake up and drink my water, get my bowel movements, and immediately go for a workout. So what they told me that, look, when you sleep and you wake up, there's an 8-10 hour gap, and you are hungry, your stomach is empty, you're hungry, you're dehydrated. So water drinking I already was doing, but eating something small, a small fruit like a banana, or a peanut butter bread, or a jam and a bread, or a cheese, cheese slice before a run, or some khajur. So I understood what was required, and I started that policy immediately. I started eating as soon as I woke up, finished my glass of water, cleaned my bowel movements, then I would eat a banana. And believe me, that small thing has helped me a lot. Till date, I carry on with eating that single fruit every day as I wake up and before I go for my workout. So the kind of slow energy release which you get, whether you are going for a strenuous workout or a long run, that helped me tremendously. I was taking sattu as a protein powder, so they guided me that what kind of sattu I should take, and they helped me that okay, even after your morning sattu, you should have a sattu later on. So I would do that. So that was giving me a lot of protein. I also asked them, what else should I do for my protein? I recommended them, can I take this whole truth bar? So they did their research and they said yes, because there are a lot of protein bars available in the market which put in a lot of sugar, a lot of additives. So they are very, very particular at Balcal that, do not eat processed food, do not eat food which has got a lot of salt and, other stuff which is going to harm your body. Although on the face of it, they look very appealing and they will market it as if it's a health food, but they really aren't. So this was something which they gave me a green signal, green light that, okay, you can eat. So I started eating that every day, which gave me about 14 grams of protein. Another thing they told me about fruit is you have at least 2 fruits a day. So one fruit was done pre-workout. The second fruit would happen after my workouts. After I came home, I would have my sattu powder and then carry my fruit. Invariably, we all realize that when we go to work, we have a problem that after lunch, we feel very hungry, about 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. And that's when we can't control our hunger, we binge eat. We would eat biscuits or chivda or whatever just comes to our hand. This is where, she recommended that I should take some portion of my morning breakfast in another dabba and have it in the evening when I'm feeling hungry. So that again, whether it's a moong dal ka dosa or whether it's some paratha or whatever it is, but I would do that. So that also helped me. One great change that happened and which I am following till this date is to stop eating chapatis. So they recommended I eat, nachni, ragi, jowar, bajra. And initially my wife was like, you think you'll be able to eat it because eating thanda bhakri or jowar ka or bajre ka, it's not easy. But I said no, I have to do it, come what may. So I started it and it's been almost like 4 months that I don't carry chapati in my tiffin. Okay, there is only bajra or nachni or jowar, whatever rotla I get from home. I eat it. If I find it dry, I use some vegetable, I use some dahi and it's fine. And believe me, after a while you get used to it and you feel very good about it. Okay, so I really feel that I can actually do without wheat. It's not that I don't eat wheat, but it's very rarely that I would eat wheat and definitely not in my tiffin box. So dinners was again light. I would eat either some salad or soup or sometimes skip, but they recommended don't skip dinner even if you're late, have something light. So this actually decided my entire diet regimen. They would pen down everything, give it to me. One lovely thing that I liked about them is the personal touch and the follow-up and hand holding. So I realized that without a proper hand holding, a lot of these diets can actually go for a toss and you can skid from the track. So here every week they formed a WhatsApp group. So on WhatsApp group there was a constant message. They would reach out to me and say, let's have a call for 20 minutes. Invariably those 20-minute calls would last for 30-35 minutes also. So I kept telling Prajna and the team that I'm very happy because you guys are so invested in me. It's more than the commercial interest. I think you guys are very interested and genuinely keen that I improve, I do better in my performance. So Sundays were a long run, so they would always ask me to try, one day you try peanut butter and bread, one day you try bread and jam, one day you try banana, and give us a report. And believe me, during my practice runs, I would come back from Sunday and always message them and tell them, look, today I ran 30 kilometers, 32 kilometers, and I did not cramp. I did not feel the need for more energy because it was all taken care of. So one day I remember when I didn't message them, they were like surprised, why didn't you message us? So they were actually waiting for my message that, yeah. During my entire marathon journey from 2012 till 2022, I never used to have gels. I always believed, no, I don't need to. But then I realized that, you need energy, because when you're running a 42, you're burning a lot of calories, and, your body needs to replenish those lost calories, those lost salts and essential minerals. So I was recommended I should either take one of the good available gels in the market, and I did that during the Tata Mumbai Marathon. I am very, very happy to report that even though I mentioned to them that I am not growing younger, but after 10 years, my timing has improved. I did my personal best. I was very, very happy to see that Shashank and Pradnya were there to greet me and give me a big hug after the end of the marathon, and I just couldn't thank them enough and tell everybody the story that how that small change in my diet made a big difference to me. Till this date, yeah, I do cheat on and off, but till this date I have carried on that program which they gave me, and I would love to probably come again and also recommend more people about this. It's very important in today's day and age, where there is so much of additives, there's so much of packaged food available, there's so much of easy food available, that you need to focus on the right diet. One very, very, very important thing they always used to push me is that eat home food. Eat home food, cooked food. So I asked them once or twice, can I buy paneer from Punjab and Sindh, or buy this? And they said, if it's made at home, just eat home food. So also another piece of advice they gave me, you're living in a city like Mumbai, Thane, you have a lot of invitation, you have friends. So when you go out, when you go for invitation, you can't decline the invitation, but then how do you manage your nutrition during then? So in the restaurant, what should you eat? How should you fill up your stomach? Have more water, probably have more salads. You eat something from home and go, so that you are lesser hungry. If you are eating a big pizza, have a small piece. So those kind of things is also what they guided me, and they documented it, so I could follow it very, very diligently, at least during the time of my consultation period. So all said, I think it's been a wonderful journey, wonderful experience, and I would call Pradnya and Shashank more than my consultants, as my friends, my philosophers and guides, because they're the ones who've brought about this big change in me. And I have also recommended my mom, who's 78, and she currently is taking a consultation from Pradnya, and at 78 she was 78 kilos, and within the last 4 weeks she's dropped down to 72. So once again, thanks to the entire Balcal team, thanks to Pradnya, thanks to Shashank, thanks to Mridula and everyone else, for all the wonderful work that you all are doing. Keep carrying on, keep raising the flag higher and higher, and we are all there to support you. Thank you.